From faking cancer to getting stuck on the toilet seat, I'm bringing you the sexiest e-boy in the game. I'm bringing you Raven, the man of many aliases. In this documentary, I'm going to break down the way Raven has lived his life and gone through the Call of Duty community and prospered to where he is now. Even though that's nowhere, we still want to know where he came from and what he's done. Let's get into it. The infamous Austin started his Call of Duty career around the year 2012 when the drop of Modern Warfare 2 happened by Infinity Ward and Activision. Although he wasn't almost a sniper, he was more of a red gunner to pub stomper, which led him into getting to the whole Call of Duty grinding scene. He then started quickscoping on the game and started playing more games as World at War and prospered on to become what we would call a tag jacker. What this means is somebody who's really famous in our community. He would make a fake name for them and basically act like he was them for money or just for pops for himself because he's a fucking loser. As he was tag jacking throughout the years, one tag that he got really stood out to the rest of the community, and it kind of stood out to me too for my own personal experience. He was fanboying the man, the myth, the legend, Sor Azza, or at the time he was Genesis Azza, and he had the regular Gen Azza account, and he would party up with people from a team called Designer Point and make a lot of friends that he never knew would take him to the long run and still be his friends today. As the man got tired of trick-shotting and he seen his friend sniping that he made in the new team DZM Point, he became friends with one particular person in general, and this man would teach him how to snipe and so forth to make him grow into the community, and that man was Zemke. As Zemke taught him what he needed to know, he took those skills, moved on, and started building himself as what we would call a sniper or a feeder. In this time, he would join teams such as Quantum, Snipers in Peril, and so forth. But as the Justin Bieber loving sniper Raven was in Peril, a little people don't know that he was not Peril Raven, he was actually Peril Proudies. He was hated by a lot of people in the name Proudies, so he switched to the name Raven. On his new alias set for bigger goals, Raven would begin to join sniping teams that were really well known in the community such as Quantum, Sith, Torment, and many more to come. As Raven was prospering, hitting the nastiest multis as one would call it, and just driving himself to become a better sniper, one night he did a lot of drugs and ended up faking M2 acute myeloid leukemia and getting himself hated by the whole entire community. As you will imagine, most people were sad for him. They thought, hey, this man has cancer. But in about a week or so, a lot of his friends, or so-called friends, were in Skype calls with him when he admitted he didn't have the cancer. They recorded it and uploaded it to the social media app Twitter. And basically, it just went downhill from there to where he had to make another alias. I repeat, another alias. And that alias was Helix. As he would go on to Helix, he would also keep his Raven Twitter, with a lot of people not knowing that Helix was Raven, for the simple fact that he never showed his face as much as he did being the biggest meme on Twitter as Raven. Being Helix didn't really do anything for him, so he decided to go back to the name Raven, which he is now currently going by, and he's done a lot more things that I will get into as we speak right now. As I said before, he had went back to the alias name Raven, while his friend Zemke had changed it to the alias Winter, for not the fact that he wasn't in any teams or not going anywhere, for the simple fact that he wanted a different name. Now Winter has now become an editor, and he wants to teach Raven how to edit, and Raven takes these skills and joins more teams, or should I say the same teams, back as an editor. But at the same time, he wasn't the greatest, but they allowed him in anyway, because what team doesn't want a Call of Duty editor if they're a Call of Duty team? Raven will go on to take this editing style that he has learned and do a lot of cringy edits, try to complete a lot of team tages, but in the end he wasn't the best. Hell, he even used a Jonas Brothers song and scrapped an edit with an Elton John song. Now after all this happened, he didn't do anything for about a month or so. He came home one day and his little brother had pulled a prank on him since he had previously pranked him before for reasons unknown because he will not tell me. But his brother ended up super gluing him to the toilet seat to the point where he was crying on Twitter, which you can see the video on the screen right now, and he had to call 911 to come surgically remove him from the toilet seat. It took them 2 hours to get there, and it took them 20 minutes to pull him off. Raven is slowly, or Austin, is drifting away from the Call of Duty scene as he is pursuing his music career as a singer doing covers of popular songs by Front Porch Step called Poison, If I Tremble, and many more to come. As the man started his singing career, he would also become a male stripper for Skype. Yes, a male stripper. He went from e-dating, which I left out for his own personal preference because he didn't want to get made fun of, but we all know Raven's an e-dater. But as you can see on the screen right now, this man started making people pay him money to strip on camera on Skype. And let me tell you, he is the sexiest e-boy in the game. I don't know who wouldn't pay $20 to see that. Raven now resides in Mansfield, Texas, where he would become a Twitter meme. What I mean by Twitter meme is he's slowly drifting away from the Call of Duty community, but everybody will remember his name for what he's done on Twitter, and he shall live on Twitter as long as he wants to. While being the biggest meme on Twitter, he plans to keep it that way for his own words. 1, 2, 3, 4, how many black people can I fit in my store?